Good morning, students. This is Reema, your science educator for grade 7, and I welcome you all to Vista's Learning. So, Vista's Learning is an online platform where we provide you quality education. Here, you will get all the videos from grade 1 to grade 12. So to get all the benefits from our channel, do subscribe to it. If you have not subscribed to it, like, share it with your friends, family members so that someone out there get access to quality education. All right. Okay. So what we were doing in our last class, we have started with our chapter 6, right? That is your physical and chemical changes, and we have completed the physical change, even the chemical changes too. So today we are going to revise, revision time, and we are going to solve your this NCERT exercise questions and few important MCQs for your exam. I hope you all have understood this chapter, right? All about the changes we have seen, then physical changes, various chemical changes, right? So what is the summary of this chapter? We have learned about the changes, right? What is the change? Change occurs. It is a process in which there is a change in state, in color, in size and shape, right? And then physical changes. What is physical change? Only the physical properties are changing in physical change, whereas in chemical change, both the physical and the chemical properties are changing, isn't it? So let us see today some of the important MCQs for your exam and the exercise questions. All these are your exercise questions. NCERT class 7 chapter 6. All right. So let's see. Okay. So when baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are formed with the evolution of gas. What type of change is it? What type of change it is? We have studied about the chemical changes, isn't it? So what is being mixed? The baking soda is being mixed with the lemon juice, right? So you have tried it in your home. Mix the baking soda with the lemon juice. You will see that the bubbles are coming out. Why it is? Why it is? Because the chemical reaction is being taking place, right? So what will be the answer of this? So there is an evolution of what? Carbon dioxide gas. We see the bubbles. Just try it at your home. Mix the baking soda and the lemon juice. You will see the bubbles coming out. These are nothing but the carbon dioxide which is being evolved, right? So the answer, write it down, take your notes, copy and note it down. Every questions and answers, these are very important. All right. So when baking soda is mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are formed with the evolution of a carbon dioxide gas. And what type of change it is? It is physical change or chemical change? Chemical properties are changing, right? So it is a chemical change. Okay. Now write down the equation. So this is the equation. You are mixing the lemon juice plus the baking soda. So what you will get? You will get the carbon dioxide plus other substances will be formed. Clear? So this is the equation for this. Next question is your, when a candle burns, both the physical and the chemical changes takes place. You have seen, right? When you are burning a candle, you will see that the wax, it is melting, isn't it? So this is a physical change. Clear? And the chemical changes, you will feel the heat, evolution of carbon dioxide. That is the chemical change. Clear? And you will also get the light from the candle, isn't it? So when a candle burns, both physical and chemical changes takes place. Identify this change. Give another example of a familiar process in which both the chemical and physical changes takes place. So what will be the answer? Already I have said you, when a candle burns, what happens? That will be your physical change. What is the physical change? Your physical change is the melting of your wax. Clear? So physical change, when you burn a candle, melting of that wax from the candle is a physical change. And the chemical change is what? It is the what? Evolution of carbon dioxide. You can write it down. It is the evolution of carbon dioxide, which is the chemical change. Now, can you give some other example? Yes, it is like your digestion of food. So when we are having food inside our body, that also a physical and chemical process only. Physically, we have to crush the food with our teeth, right? The food is simple or complex? It is in the form of complex, right? We have to make it simplest form. So physically we will crush it with our tongue, with our teeth, sorry, right? Our tongue also helps our inside our mouth. We have saliva, right? Saliva secretes the salivary amylase. So when it goes inside our stomach, there are various enzymes inside our stomach, right? So the HCl, that is the hydrochloric acid, and other enzymes which are present inside our stomach, that helps in the chemical reaction. The chemical change is taking place, all right, which will help in the formation of a new product. So digestion of food is also another example of both physical and chemical changes. So physical change is the breakdown of your large food into simpler ones. Already I have said you. So the breaking down of larger food into the simpler one is your which change? Physical or chemical? It is your physical change. And the chemical change is the digestion of food by the action of HCl and enzymes. Clear? So this is the answer of this question. Okay, let's see now the next question. So how would you show that setting of curd is a chemical change? How would you show? Yesterday in the last class I have given you one example, right? Formation of curd from milk. So how you will say that setting of this curd is a chemical change? What happens when you are setting the curd with the help of milk? Can you get back the milk again? No, right? So it is an irreversible change. We have studied that chemical changes are irreversible. So see, the setting of curd is a chemical change because curd cannot be turned back to milk, and the properties of milk and curd are different. Clear? So this is the answer. Understood? Okay. Let's move to the next question. All right. Okay. So explain how painting of an iron gate prevents it from rusting. In the last class, we have seen, right, how we can prevent the rusting. You have seen I have given the example of painting, right, oiling. All these things helps in the prevention of rusting, right? Even the galvanization also we have seen. So, how painting of an iron gate? What happens? What are the two essential things necessary for this rusting? Yes, very good. One is your water, another is your oxygen. So, it will prevent the water and the oxygen to come and combine with the iron material which is made up of iron, and the rust will not occur in that substance. So, write down the answer. It is known that for rusting, the presence of oxygen and moisture is essential, which I have already said just now. Painting prevents the iron gate from coming in contact with oxygen and moisture. Clear? So painting will prevent coming in contact with oxygen and moisture. Next question is your explain why burning of wood and cutting it into smaller pieces are considered as two different types of changes. Why it is considered as two different type of changes? Let's see. So, burning of wood is a what? It is a chemical change, right? Because in burning, what happens? New substances are being formed. What are the new substances formed? What we get? We get charcoal, we get carbon dioxide, then we get heat and light, right? So these are the new substances which we are getting when we are burning, isn't it? So burning of wood is a chemical change because in burning, what happens? New substances are being formed. So you can see the equation wood plus oxygen. When you are burning the wood, the oxygen which is present in the air, it will react and it will form a new product. What is that? Charcoal, carbon dioxide, heat and light. Understood? So it is a chemical change. But cutting it into smaller pieces is a physical change. Why? Because no new substance is being formed. We can only reduce the size of the wood. Right? So when you are cutting the wood into smaller pieces, what happens? The size only gets reduced, right? So new substances are not being formed. Understood? Okay. Next is the next question. So explain why rusting of iron object is faster in coastal areas than in desert. Why? Think of it. What is the reason behind it? Well, so see. Content of moisture in the air in coastal areas is higher. So the moisture in the air in the coastal area is higher. Moisture quantity is higher in the coastal areas. Alright, than in the desert. That's why the process of rusting is faster in coastal areas. Is that clear? So write it down, the answer. Next, when baking soda is being mixed with lemon juice, bubbles are being formed with the evolution of gas. What type of change it is? Explain. We have already seen the first question, isn't it? What type of change it is? Yes, very good. It is chemical change. So see, the reaction between the baking soda and lemon juice can be given as follows. So write down the reaction. So lemon juice plus baking soda, what is forms? Sodium hydrogen carbonate, right? Plus other substances are being formed. That is carbon dioxide plus sodium hydrogen carbonate, right? So carbon dioxide and sodium hydrogen carbonate are being formed and it is a chemical change. Clear? Okay. Next is your describe how crystals of copper sulfate are being prepared. You remember we have studied about the process of crystallization in the last class. How crystals are being formed. That is the liquid is being converted into solid crystals. Isn't it? So how the copper crystals are being prepared? It's the same process. Okay. Evaporation. So write it down. You can perform it in your lab also when you go to the school. So take a cup full of water in a beaker and add a few drops of dilute sulfuric acid. Now heat the water. When it starts boiling, you have to add the copper sulfate powder slowly. Add it slowly. Okay. Now continue to add the copper sulfate powder till no more powder can be dissolved. So you continue to add it till it is not dissolved. Okay. During this process, continuously stir the solution. Continuously keep on stirring the solution. Now filter the solution and leave it for cooling. Leave it for cooling. So you will see after some time that the crystals of copper sulfate are being obtained. So this is the process how we can obtain the crystals. Clear? We can obtain the crystals of copper sulfate. Alright. So this is all about your NCERT exercise questions from your chapter number 6. Clear? So these all questions are important for your examination. You can note it down in your note copy. And try to understand and study. Without understanding, don't study. It is not going to help you in your examination. Always understand the concept and then you try to learn it. Clear? Okay. Now let us see some of the MCQ questions. Are you ready for that? These are all important MCQ questions which will be coming in your exam. So see. Which among the following is a physical change? Now can you tell me which one is your physical change here? Which one is your physical change? Options are cutting a log of wood in smaller pieces. Number 1. Number 2 is your burning of wood. Then number 3 is your ripening of fruit. And number D is your cooking of food. Which one is a physical change? Burning of wood, is it a physical change? What happens in burning of wood? Burning of wood, carbon dioxide, we get heat, we get light, we get right. So it's a chemical, both are the physical change. Here the question is only the physical change. Which one is only the physical change? Yes, very good. Cutting off a log, cutting a log of wood in smaller pieces. When you cut the log of wood into smaller pieces, only the physical properties are being changed, right? The wood is the same only, right? There is no chemical change. So it's a physical change. That is a cutting a log of wood in smaller pieces is a physical change. Clear? Okay. Next question is your, which of the following is a chemical change? From here, can you identify which one is a chemical change? What are the options? So your option number A is bursting of a firecracker, bursting of a firecracker, number A. Number B is your germination of seed. Number C is your coal formation from buried trees. And next is your all of this above. Which one is a chemical change? Yes, it is all of this. All of these are the chemical changes. See, in bursting of a firecracker, you'll see heat, light, sound, everything is produced, right? And it is an irreversible change, isn't it? And germination of seed, it is also a irreversible change, right? We cannot get back the seed again, right? Once the plant is being obtained, can you get back the seed? No, right? So it's a chemical change which is irreversible, isn't it? Next is coal formation from buried trees. Yes, we will get the coal when we are burning the trees, right? This is also correct, and all of this. Next one. So last one, number D is your answer. All right, understood? Okay, very good. Next, which is a method to prevent rust? Tell me, which one? Crystallization, sedimentation, galvanization, or none of this? Which one? That class, the last class we have studied, right? Which one is used for preventing the rusting? Yes, very good. It is your galvanization. So galvanization is a technique where we are dipping the steel into the hot molten zinc, isn't it? So it is used for prevention of the steel or the materials made up of iron. Is that clear? Okay. Next question is your, how crystals of pure substances are being obtained? How you can obtain the crystals of pure substances? So options are your, by crystallization, then by chromatography, number C by peptidization, okay, and number D is by all of these methods. Which one is the answer? You all know, right? What is the technique for getting the crystals? Yes, it is your crystallization. So crystallization is the process by which we can obtain the crystals. Okay. Next question is your, what will happen if carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water? What will happen if carbon dioxide gas is passed through lime water? Options are your, calcium carbonate is formed. Next option is your, the lime water turns milky. Then the third one, number C, is both of this, and the number D is none of this. Think, what should be the answer? The answer is your, both of this. Alright, both of this means number A and number B. What is the option? Calcium carbonate is being formed. Calcium carbonate will be formed and the lime water turns milky. The lime water will be turning milky. Okay. Next question is your, galvanization is a process used to prevent the rusting of which of the following? You all know it very well, right? Iron, zinc, aluminium, or copper? Yes, very good. It is iron, right? So galvanization is a technique which is used for prevention of materials made up of iron. Alright. Next is your, okay, this is a question which says that Paheli's mother made a concentrated sugar syrup by dissolving sugar in hot water. Okay, what she did? She had made a concentrated sugar syrup by dissolving the sugar in the hot water. Alright. On cooling, crystals of sugar got separated. This indicates as which type of change? The crystals of sugar got separated on cooling. Right. So which type of change it is? So options are, option number A is your physical change that can be reversed. Okay. Number B is your chemical change that can be reversed. Right. Number C is your physical change that cannot be reversed. And number D is your chemical change that cannot be reversed. Which one is the answer? Yes, it's a physical change that can be reversed. We have seen that the physical changes are reversible changes, isn't it? So we can reverse it. The sugar is the same only here, right? The sugar is being obtained at last, right? The sugar is the same. The physical property only gets changed here, right? So what happens in physical change? Only there is a gain or loss of electrons, right? But no new substance is being formed here, isn't it? So physical change can be reversed. Physical changes are reversible. Okay. Next question says that the rusting of ships occur because, what are the options? Option number A is your, the body of ship is always in contact with water. Yes, it is always in contact with water. Next, option number B is the air around the ship is humid. Yes, it is humid. Number C is your presence of salts in seawater speed up the process of rusting. Yes, it is also correct. The salts, you know that seawater is salty, right? The salts are present in the seawater. So, when there is a speed up in the ship, it will speed up in the process of rusting. The presence of salts in the sea water, it will speed up. The sea water is salty, right? So salts are present. So it will speed up the process of rusting. Clear? So the answer is your all of the above. All the options are correct. Clear? So the rusting of ship occurs because of all these things. Is that clear? Next question is your, when magnesium is burned, heat and light are produced. Yes, the burning of magnesium is a, which type of change it is? We have seen the magnesium experience. Did you remember that the magnesium ribbon, when you are burning it, what color of ash you are getting? White color powdery ash, isn't it? So options are your, it is a reversible change. Then option number B is your physical change. Option number C is your chemical and exothermic change. And option number D is your chemical and endothermic change. Which type of change it is? You have seen that chemical changes, two types of reaction taking place. What are the two types? One is exothermic chemical reaction, right? Exothermic change. Another one is endothermic chemical change. Clear? So what is happening in exothermic? The heat is being released or absorbed in exothermic. Yes, the heat is being released in exothermic. Whereas in endothermic, the heat is being absorbed from the surroundings. Clear? So the answer is your number C. Answer is your option number C. That is chemical and exothermic change. Clear? So when magnesium is burned, what happens? Chemical and exothermic change. So the burning of magnesium is a chemical and exothermic change. Are you clear with all the MCQs? You are getting it right? Okay. So next one is your ripening of fruit is a. I have discussed one question, right, in the last class about ripening of fruit. When you are keeping something outside, or when you are keeping the raw fruits, for example papaya, you have bought it from the market, so it's raw, right? So you have to keep it for some days. After few days you will see that ripening is taking place, isn't it? So it's a chemical change, isn't it? It's a chemical change, but it is a fast or slow process. Yes, it is a slow process, right? So ripening of fruit, let us see the options. Options are your option number A is slow and desirable change. Clear? Option number B is your undesirable and fast change. No, it's not a fast change, right? It requires time, so it's slow. Number C is slow and physical change. No, it's not a physical change, it's a chemical change. And number D is your fast and desirable change. No, it's not fast, right? So the answer is your option number A. Yes, very good. So it's a slow and desirable change. So ripening of fruit is a slow and desirable change. Next question is your, when water freezes, it undergoes a, what type of change it is? When you are keeping water bottle in the deep freeze, what happens? What type of change it is? We have studied various types of physical change. Can you recall what are the types of physical change we have studied? Freezing, right? Then we have studied about boiling, right? Then what happens? Smoke, melting, all these are physical change. So which one is the answer here? Yes, very good. It is physical change. So when water freezes, it undergoes a physical change. Okay. The next question is your, the reaction of hydrogen gas with oxygen gas to form water is an example of, what is the answer? It is a combination reaction. Clear? So it is a combination reaction. So this is all about today's class. So what we have discussed in today's class, we have discussed about your MCQ questions. These are the few important MCQ questions for your examination, and also we have seen your exercise questions from chapter number 6, isn't it? So I hope you all have written all these answers and you all are clear with each and every concept of this chapter. So today we are done with this chapter number 6, that is your physical and chemical change, and we have solved the question and answers from your exercise and also important MCQ questions. So I hope you have understood each and every concept, and we will start with your new chapter, that is your chapter number 7 in my next class. So for that, be connected with us, be connected with Vista's Learning so that you get all the notifications of my video lessons, and keep learning, keep smiling. See you in my next class. Till then, take care.